Is that it? Are we live? We might be freaking live right now. Let me just check. No. It says we're live. I don't know. There's some Streamlabs thing that's messing with OBS. And I don't think I am streaming, but I can't see my video on the YouTube. Yeah, I'm live. Okay, well that's a great start to things. All right. We're going to continue with the live streams, with the positivity. All right, so I'm feeling a lot more motivated to speak today. Yesterday was kind of just a bit of a warm-up video. We did all right. We made about $300 in one of our account challenges. Still got lots of work to do. Still got lots of bad trading habits we're going to try and work through. We're going to try and work through together. You know, the strategy is pretty lit. This is the Back to the Future Tachyon Warp strategy, and essentially it just takes a look at historical data and asks the question, at which times did the market move X amount? For example, I think they use swing, which is a method of calculating movement. Swing strength, yeah. So I'm not entirely sure what swing means exactly, because, you know, price moves by per tick, per pip, per whatever. Maybe that just means 8 units of movement, who knows. But ask the question, at which times in history, during the day, at what times did the market move within the parameters of 8 strength swing? And then it populates for us in the future. And this has been going on for ever since the stock market became a thing. William M.D. Gann. If you go look up this guy, he's a trader from the early 1900s, and he would study markets in the same manner. He would look at historical data and plot predictions based on his historical data, right? And so these cycles have been happening in the markets since they existed. And if you think about what a market is exactly, it makes sense, especially the energy sector and the energy indices and whatever. Because our energy consumption, depending on what it is, as a society, as a species, our energy consumptions fluctuate during the day, right? Depending on where you are. Say if you're in a colder climate, we would be heating our homes more so at night. We would be, you know, here in Alberta, if you have solar panels, you would be using your solar energy during the day, and right? So there's going to be fluctuations there. So it makes sense that the energy prices fluctuate with the amount of usage, right? Supply and demand. So anyways, that was a long-winded rant about what a market is and how this strategy applies to real life. So what are we looking at trading wise today? You know, we did have a news release here at 7. It was a report. That's why you gotta be careful pre-market, is because you can get these giant random volatile moves, and I've been a victim of these, right? So I gotta remind myself, just be careful, understand the risk whenever you're getting into a trade pre-market, that it can do something like this, especially around our times of day with a whole number. So this was the MBA mortgage applications. Oh man. Yeah, May 22nd. This one was a dinger. refinance index is at 7.4%, a 3% jump. I mean, that really does make fucking sense. And if they're trying to, like, I feel like they're trying to set the stage for another economic crisis because we have an insane debt problem. Like, I think everybody knows in the pit of their stomach, deep down, the realities of the economic situation with the national debt that's never going to get paid off. Just so much fraud, so much deceit, so much theft coming out of the government, right? But I think they're trying to set the stage for another collapse because look at where we're at right now. Look at where we are at. These are all-time highs, right? A lot of people won't even play in these markets, but since we have our indicator, like say if I were to drop all these indicators, I would still have these levels. So let me just talk about these levels real quick. So this red line represents a yearly high, right? Depending on where we are on the chart, it could also represent a yearly low. So I've just basically gone in to a very high time frame chart like this, and I've just marked all the wicks with a horizontal line, right? And price tends to respect these areas. And my theory is that institutions, quite often, they'll take a look at these levels, and these will be areas that they defend, right? So you can expect reversals and price to be magnetized to these areas, right? Price will it'll want to hit certain levels, right? So if I were to drop my strategy here, I would still have these levels, and I probably wouldn't be playing in this market since we're so extended, right? We're so extended. We're in no man's land. At least in here, we have some historical data to go off of, right? Plenty of places to bounce off of, plenty of trade ideas. I should come in here and mark this level. What is this? I was paying attention to this last night. $18,760. Oops. Yeah, there we go. So that is an important level. The only problem is I now have to come down here, 18,760. So that high was on, what day was this? Oh, whatever, 16th. Look where our open price line is. Amazing. Definitely is an important level. Fantastic. So I can just duplicate this, copy it down to the lower time frame. So that's just it's the wrong color. So my weekly lines are green, my monthly lines are blue. I think I used this pale green. Alright, so that's a weekly level. So come down into here, into the 3 minute. Do not have enough days. Do 30 is fine for a small time frame. One more thing I gotta do. Right. Add the chart trader. Alright, that's nice. Gold has been a beauty. I'm really liking gold. lately. Today we're expecting a push up. It's also a Fed day, so I could expect. Oh, look at this too. Right at this ATR value here, around 2,400. What is that? 24,100. That looks pretty tasty. It's blanking hard there. There we go. So this one. All right. Crude. Let's see what crude's doing today. Does not make sense to me why the price of oil is going down. We're kind of just chopping around here. I mean, when we're above $8 a barrel, it's pretty significant, right? Like, you can see that the banks don't really want the price of oil to go above this level. And I know here in Alberta, our taxes, they add 15 cents a liter to the price of oil if the price of oil per barrel is below $80 a barrel. So if we're above, they'll take 15 cents off per liter, and we end up getting a little bit of a break there. But all right, so it really does seem like we're getting bought up off this area. We came all the way down here to this 77s. Do we get a push through here to this? Like, I don't know. Anything could happen here. And we're straight up just stuck in a range right now. So looking for failures, overextensions, that sort of thing. Let me just check out what is our petroleum? Okay, petroleum status here at 10:30. So I'm not touching oil until after that news comes out. So, we got lots of time to wait here for the market to open. So I'm probably going to be AFK for a bit. Or maybe we'll do something else on stream. So we're well below our 120 period EMA, just a moving average. But on the NASDAQ, we're above, So I do anticipate this being a failure. A bit of we could go lower. Perhaps we touch our yearly level again before going off. Taking off to the upside. We got lots of announcements today, though. That's the problem. So I might not even take a position. What am I doing? very slow right now. It is extremely early. I just couldn't sleep though. I just could not sleep sometimes. It's just what happens. Big gulp. Like, I'm not sure where the momentum is right now. Okay, actually, I think I'm going to take this crude signal. We've come down really strong. Actually, no. So I've started doing something interesting. Is that when you get a signal that really works, a lot of the time the next signal that's opposite, so say you get a really strong buy signal and it looks perfect like this one. A lot of the time this next signal doesn't really make much sense. But when you connect the two buy signals, you get a little more information. Does that make sense? Right? I mean, this almost lined up perfectly with the sell signal dot, but like, if we were to split this into threes, it does kind of make sense, but to me, this seems a lot more. If say we were to take this signal, like we're expecting it to be a good one, or we just take it and it ends up being great, you know, a lot of the time I'll look at this signal and be like, okay, there's a couple things that can happen. This signal can be a valid signal, and we start to retrace. We go in the opposite direction, or it could just do something like this, or it just goes sideways, right? So instead of paying too much attention to this, like, I'll give notice that we're coming to an area of importance, but I'll hold it and I'll draw this secondary grid here to see where I can expect price movements, and it actually does work out pretty well. You know, I only started doing that yesterday, so, but let's take another example here. Some of my trades from yesterday, probably losers. Oh yeah. Entry here, close here. Ooh. Entry here. Oh, I took the breakout here. Nice. Okay, so let's see. So this sell was inverted. This buy, though, look, we got these two great. I don't know about great, but yeah, it's not really a good area. Crude is just not a good market sometimes. It's useful, but for this, the NASDAQ would be better. We get more signals on the NASDAQ. So let's go here. Let's go to like 7:30 yesterday. Insane. This wasn't yesterday, but insane move off the open. Valid buy signal, right? Was our next buy signal valid? Just became choppy. Let's see what happens when we go like this, where this signal really worked well. Bingo. You go like this. See, look. You know, if you were to do this, I guess it does kind of line up, but it lines up more when you do this, right? Like this, it represents the high. And then you come here, so we go up, down, up, and we do get an up into our buy signal, up, and then this becomes down, up, down, that's right. So this makes a little more sense. And sometimes these sell signals are, you know, they can confuse you. So Ooh, another thing I want to discuss, and I've been doing a lot more lately, is I've been noticing we're starting, whenever we get a trend, right, or a channel, this is a better way of putting it, a channel. This strategy is just fucking amazing sometimes, but we'll get price action like this where we get a very obvious trend line that forms, right? Then we'll get the break. So whenever we close, say below this line, right? This is our candle that closed below. Look where it fucking closed, guys. Look at this. Boom. This is an entry condition. This, right? We could trade this by entering a sell position here and putting our stop around here above this candle, the candle that broke through, right? Broke and closed below here. You know, sometimes I'll take my retracement, and what I'll do is I'll just put my stop loss here at the 50% mark of the candle. Doesn't matter. But look at this. If we would have just waited for this trend line break, and you know, whenever we come down and we actually touch this trend line, that's when we can pay attention, like, hey, did we close below the trend line? The other thing too is, like, are we forming a bottom, or are we, close below the trend line? That's the question you have to ask yourself. But whatever, a little bit of common sense, you can probably make this work. But these trades, especially when they line up with our signal candle, they have an extremely high probability. Extremely high. And I might just, I was thinking about it, maybe I should just only trade these trendline breakouts, because they are so consistent. And you think about it from a psychological point of view, right? Why do the banks do this, right? Because the market makers, they're in on it, okay, guys? Like, I don't know, you're gonna get different opinions from different people, but as I understand it, the market makers, they make these moves happen, right? So why do they do this? Why do they even bother? It's because I want to believe that the retail trader, the average trend trading system, perhaps the algorithms, they look at price action like this, and they see a trend, and they want to hop in, right? So they get everybody lured in. Everybody's going up. And then when they deem it the right time, they absolutely send it. Right, so what is this move? We can imagine you have one full-size contract that moves. Let me just calculate. So each value here, if you notice on the right-hand side here, the NASDAQ is incremented in units of 25 cents. So each point is worth 25 cents of movement. But when you leverage that, it becomes $12.75 per point, per movement, per 25 cent increment, up or down, right? So you look at this, so times 44 first, right? So that becomes, I'm doing this completely wrong, 41.25 times 4, 165 points times 12. That's $1,000 with one contract, guys. That move. They say if you were to enter perfectly here, and just say your next target was here, 30. Like, that's just an extreme amount of money, right? Oops. But I can sit here with a calculator and daydream and make up numbers all I want, but it's, pretty awesome when stuff like this is repeatable and we can take advantage of it, right? So that's why we're doing this. I really don't I didn't start day trading to become rich. I just want financial freedom so I can do what I want. I basically started so I can make music with my free time, right? I only have to trade a couple hours a day. I don't have to waste 40 hours of my work week, being somebody else's pawn. I can work for myself and enjoy the freedoms that come with that, right? So that's why we're doing this. So right now, I'm not really seeing a whole heck of a lot. I'm really trying to up my quality of trade today. That's the objective, is to take high quality trades, not FOMO into anything. So right here, guys, notice again, trend line form, and we have a break above the trend line right here. Wish I had an arrow. There's anyways, we'll just say, oh yeah, there is an arrow line. Break above trend line here. It closes. So how do we define a break above this trend line? So it's a little tricky because we can get movements out and above and all that, right? So how would you draw this trend line? Well, ideally you would want to get the most touches, right? So you want to just see, where are we touching consistently? Where's the algorithm? The algorithm controlling this price action probably has some sort of very standard way of adding or continuously selling positions over time, right? So at what rate is that algorithm selling, right? And we can kind of get an idea of the factor of selling via this slope, right? So we're basically just trying to figure out, at what rate are we getting continuous selling amongst all this volatility and noise, right? Because the market's going to do what it's going to do, but we're trying to pay attention to how is this price being manipulated, or how is it moving? All right, so once you decide where your trend line is going to sit, you basically wait for a close above, right? And it's amazing, this software sometimes, man. Look at this. At the very fucking instant that we get a break of a candle close above the trend line, we get this rocket move. But at the same time, this 5 o'clock, this was the mortgage report that went bad. MBA mortgage applications. Right, the refinance index is off the charts. So that does mean more money, I guess, for the banks, but it's not good for the economy. Yeah, amazing how that happens. I wouldn't have taken this trade because of the news, but it's just, again, these trend line breaks, pretty powerful stuff. So something like this, right? I was looking at, there's certain trend lines that just don't break down. Right, you go here, we get a close below here, comes up, we kind of ride the backside of this trend line, right? And then we just go sideways until midnight. So that doesn't make any sense. It's not, well, it makes sense, but it's just not useful to us. It's not useful. And like, the other thing too is there's not many, like really, you just want to keep it extremely simple. When you start doing stuff like this, you're drawing a wedge pattern, yada yada, like, it just confuses the situation. Really, you just gotta pick the side that's offering support, right? You're only concerned with the back side. Here's the other thing too. So we're heading down. And then we're heading down, getting a lot of these candles wick off this line, right? So we'll come here, adjust our trend line a little bit more, see if we can line up with more candles. There's two. Oops. Something like that. That makes a lot of sense to me, like that. Got a touch here, touch here, touch here. And look at that. We get a close below our ATR value here. This would be our entry condition. Extremely tight. Extremely tight. I gotta get used to this line with an arrow line. Here's our entry condition here, where this candle closed below our ATR value. Boom. That's what we want to get in. That's the confirmation. So we're in here. Pay attention. Stop goes above here. So we're here. And what I do for a target, I go like this. Alright, so I'm aiming for whatever. Just use my gut. You know, I should put my target right here at 2 times the ATR value. Look where we went. Repeatable. Very simple, very powerful. You know, a lot of the big good moves during the day happen after these trend line breaks, really, man. And we got the cheat code. We got the fucking cheat code, guys, with this strategy. You know, it's so damn simple. I don't know why they don't teach this. Like, add back to the future trading. Oops. That should be locked. Well, again, here, trend line touch. And then we get the break below. But we're not really. Something's a little off here. Here's another interesting thing about this price action. Come up here, we're getting a pretty consistent line here. Oh, I thought maybe we broke below the line and we started grinding up against the lines. We kind of did that. And in some cases, when you get strange price action like this, when you get, you know, like right here, you might think, hey, we closed below this trend line right here, but we failed to break down. And that's going to happen. That's going to happen. You know, I would wait, especially we got a buy signal and that's following it up, a trend line that's going up. You want to make sure you're waiting for the close below the ATR value to confirm that we are in fact going down. Right. Very interesting price action. We continue up. This is very late at night, so when we continue up, you know, almost invalidate this. The market wanted to go down. It wasn't ready at that time. And then we formed this like little mini channel. And then I don't know if we would have taken this trade. That's the other thing. Sometimes these trades don't work, right? Like this could be a very frustrating situation for a trader. A lot of time it doesn't work out. Got to make sure that we're not marrying the position or getting too attached to the trade, right? So interesting enough, this signal did work out really well. So I draw my grid here from one buy dot to the next buy dot. I skip this one. Look at this. We got the impulse here. Up, down. We got a little bit of resistance here. Continued up. So up, down is actually up. So we got an up, up, down, into the buy dot. Typically what I've noticed is that if we're going to skip, say we get an up, and then we're expecting a down, but it's an up, typically the next split, the next impulse is going to be down. It's not going to be up. Usually it's not 3. But you want to be entering a position not just based off the signal candles, but also based off of market structure like this. So if you have something like a trend line break, sell signal, we've come here, we've hit the EMA, failure to break out here. Yeah, this would have been difficult because look at this opportunity here. I would have taken, closes above here. We kind of come up, come back down, close below, and we just fucking dump. But I would have seen this up, down, and I would have taken this. So I haven't taken any trades. I'm talking for about an hour. Just goofing around. Let's oh no. Oops. We do have existing home sales right now. Oh wait, 10 a.m. Eastern is 8 a.m. Never mind, sorry. 2 hours from now. So here, we're getting a trend line forming here. Tricky part is, where are we? So right, so you get a push up here, right? We're following this trend line. I like the idea of going long here, considering we're up so high. We're getting this trend line forming on the ES here. We got this area of support in the ES. We don't really have that on the NASDAQ, but we do have this gorgeous trend line. Or I guess you could call it a channel as well, right? Because we have that peak at the top. And then this is kind of where it changes angle. Right, like is this our line here? So we can be up here, that's fine. And it's not considered a breakout. The other thing too is that it doesn't line up, this doesn't line up with our splits. We are expecting this candle to go down though. All right. So since we did close way up here, that almost does look like it broke out. So this is technically an up. The other problem too is we're pre-market, right? So I'm not saying that we're not going to get trend line breaks pre-market. Like that's totally possible, but you know the probability that this is going to be some sort of irregular pattern that's going to mess with our strategy. I think it's a higher chance pre-market. Right, because pre-market there's less volume. I don't have any volume indicators up on my charts, but pre-market there's just not as many orders in the market. So we do have this descending wedge pattern. Really line it up with our 624 signal here. Also staying above the problem too. So we got this trend line here with these touches. But I'll say if we close above this candle, we're broke out, right? This is really the defining candle. So see, now we're getting, now we're holding below that trend line. You want to see a close that is higher than this candle here, then you enter. The other problem too is we're right at that 1880 level. I mean, this is technically an up. Go like this. Let's see if we close above here. I'll get in long if it closes above in 3 minutes. This is the 1 minute. 1 minute might be showing. But I don't just want a 1 minute confirmation. I want 3 minute. Let's see. Oh, I don't like that. also forming a huge trend line. What the fuck? You just know that petroleum status could break out there. I am not anticipating this breaking out anytime soon, but I'll keep it on my watch. Same with gold. Trend line forming here. Lots of opportunities right now. I do think gold looks a little more attractive to break out too. So now it looks like we're broken out of the trend line, right? Problem is we're pre-market. We're like, it's a trend line, right? We're heading down. So we're betting on, I mean, ultimately, we're above the 120 EMA, which is usually how you define trend with an EMA. But if you define it with a trend line, this is, you know, it could be considered counter trend, taking a breakout off a trend line, right? Yeah, this is why you wait. This is why you wait for closes, because look, if we would have gotten too excited there. The other thing too is like we don't have a signal candle. Crude. Like we're in an important area here. Oh, we're fucking breaking out on crude. Oops. Where's my fucking bar timer? I'll buy some here. Gonna move quickly. Alright, look, this breakout. I'm hoping we close above here, our ATR value, and that's an immediate buy for me. I place a buy limit around here, near the base of the trend line. I don't think we're breaking out here. I think there's a good chance we're actually breaking out here on oil. Look at the daily. Looks like an area of support here. Seconds. See if we close above. At which point I will enter a buy. Doesn't look like we're gonna get that entry condition. Okay, so I'm still gonna take this trade. Just because we got bought up here. It looks okay. My stop is going to be below the base of this candle. Oh, buy stop here. Sorry, sell stop. One, two, three. 3 ticks below there. Alright, instant failure. it knows what this looks like, right? Here, problem 2 is now we just let the stats play out, right? 618. Just let the stats play out. So, which signal was really good? This sell signal is really good. Right. Could be the first loss of the day, boys. Not all of them are going to work out. I mean, we are pre-market, so, and we are in a bit of a downtrend. Sometimes it just doesn't work, right? We'll keep holding it, right? We got some. Hold it till 627. We'll see. Oh, shut up. You know, you can. It's a pity there is no signal here. Let's see on the 1 minute. Yeah, it didn't really line up too much with the trend line we drew. This one did, though. Wow. What am I going to target here? I'm thinking I have to target at least 1-to-1. There's a 50% chance it'll make it out. So we'll do it like this. Basically the high of this candle. Because it doesn't look like it really wants to go. But this is going to happen. And like this could still be a breakout. Completely valid. Just got to give it time, right? Who knows, maybe we get a big volatile spike down. It is pre-market, so I could be instantly down $100 as the way it goes. I do think it could work though. Don't want to move my stop. I'm almost tempted to buy it again. We're 100% right here. We're at the bottom of our candle. And we're out. That's why we have a stop. Let me just check how much we're done. It's $90, $90 loss. But hey, you know, we followed our rules. It's gonna happen. You know, unfortunately, it just might be the time of day. Right? So have we this is the other thing too. Are we now re-entering our trend line? maybe we just got in a little too early, right? The move is probably at 27, right? So we'll keep an eye on this one. We'll keep an eye on her. We've still respected this trend line. Like, honestly, it seems like a good spot to get in. time is it? I mean, I'm getting... I do want to take the long here. Looks good to me, but the other thing too is like when you get this, when you get a push up into a signal. It does make sense for it to go up here. I'm a enter here. One contract on the NAS. Gold's also breaking out. See if we lose again. To me, this looks like it's broke out. Let's get the buy. So here we can kind of tighten up our stop a little bit because we got the trend line. So if we get a close below the trend line, we should leave. We should get out. Could be a failure. You know, we could just be in a channel like this. But to me, it does look like it broke out, so we'll see. We got our buy signal here on our side. We'll see how much. The other thing too is like we don't have to take a loss here. We're in a channel where it's showing strength. You know, the move might not be here, but the move could be a little closer to 7 o'clock. To me, you know, if we close below our trend line, we're done. Let's see. It's counter trend. The target is here. 200. Front run it slightly. That's it. So now oil. Oh man, gold broke out. I didn't even notice. Look at these, a lot of trend line breaks right now. You know, the ES still has a ways to go. Usually if it's a full-on breakout, both the ES and the NASDAQ will go at the same time. So now this is all freaking confusing. And we closed on the trend line pretty much, so oh, of course. See, if I would have added here at this area of support and then just waited. It's just not time. One, two, three. There you go. That's 2 losers in a row, guys. That pretty much wiped out our profits from yesterday, unfortunately. So, we'll see. Well, there you go. Looking for a big move and it doesn't give it to you. That's the way it goes. Like, is there something, realistically? Conditions were met, but, right now, I'm out. I'm out before that 633 sell. No, thank you. And the other thing too is, like, are we above our trend line here? Like, to me, we're just smacking right up against it. Lots of things are just failing right now, so I'm done. I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna come back at 7:30, and we're gonna win our money back. You might be telling yourself, "Hey, why don't you take this sell here at 6:30?" I don't want to be in this market right now, to be honest. Look at this. This price action is ugly. Right? I think a buy off of our monthly. We're at a monthly level here. Oh, actually, don't want to FOMO. Don't want to FOMO. See, look, I was kind of right here. I don't want to buy stop into that. Fuck that. fucking trend line. That's our trend line. Much steeper. Goodness. So we're actually, it looks like this is the actual trend line, like this. And we're on the opposite side, so when we get this buy signal, I mean, I think I'm going to buy it. As long as we hold this line. Just wait until 6:30. Sorry, 6:40. Look at oil, dude. Oh no, that makes me upset. Should have had the guts but to hold it. Should have freaking held it. Look, I should have added here. Unbelievable, man, right? missed the breakout on oil, but that's okay. I mean, look at this grind. We're grinding higher. I'm going to cover this position, to be honest. Looking for a little scalp here on oil. One big move would be nice today. I think we're breaking out, boys. Oh, it's almost 7 o'clock. Yeah, we'll see. Oil's being a cunt. I'm not really enjoying this price action on oil. No, thank you. I'm just gonna be patient with the NAS here because look, a lot of people got tricked into shorting it here. I'm gonna look for 200% here. Actually, leave my original stop because we're not trying to get. I'm just trying to get back to break even right now. So this is a 15-minute increment. This could completely change this close here. I do want to see. A breakout here. the signal, this would not be possible. Oh, we're getting stuck at that one above here. I don't know if we'll be back to break even, but doesn't look like getting any support there. 1 minute. Problem is, listen, I ain't gonna take a loser on it. There's other chances. There's other opportunities, right? So I'm just gonna leave my orders where they are. Look at how oil just absolutely shit the bed. 651. I think I don't want to move my target. I just want to be out and done with it. It's so slow. 1800 level. Not quite a break even. I think I'm gonna just take profit here, to be honest. Come on. Yeah. Well, we're down $75. Down $100. Oh, I really didn't need to leave that trade, did I? Oh, well. We're getting a breakout here. Oh, actually, I don't know if I should have done that. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, I didn't need to get out of this trade. Should have just held it. Okay. Oops. Well, that's upsetting. And the other part too is like I'm kind of getting a little bit drained from trading, so I think I should take a break until 7:30 and then calm down. Yeah, I'm getting a little frustrated, so I gotta take a brain break. That really pissed me off. I shouldn't have got out here. Sphere. I should just waited. Fuck. So we're down $115, but we're not gonna sweat it. No sweat. Today's also going to be a very difficult day because of the FOMC. New home sales at 8 a.m. my time. So we'll see about that. And there we are at the profit target. I'm still down. Hi. going to take any more trades until 7:30.
nice. Unreal. These candles are pretty gross. this is a low risk opportunity actually. Like this. Take this as a inverted signal here. Oops.
the opening bell. We pulled back a bit on the NQ. Right. We are getting buy signals at 7:30. Ding, 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 ding. Here we are. I feel like we're going up here. I mean, it's showing us it wants to go up. But you gotta be careful. Nice. Looking for that low. I'll take a sell off this trend line. Like, I really do think this is an important line here. You know? Let me just make sure we close below here. Ideally, I'd like to get filled right here at the bottom of this trend line. I think we're safe to take a short here. Although we are getting stalled out. 36. Coming up here, we're testing our line. Okay, we're in. All right, so this is our target down here. I'm only going to be in this for a few minutes. Very well could be a loss. Instant loss. $60. I do have to give this room. So say we get our grid here. Right. Average out of this. Oh, fucking love that, man. am selling this. I'm selling support. Right? Selling support. Hoping that this signal is actually correct and then we get a turnaround around 42. 1 minute is telling us something different. Ooh. My idea is that today's Fed announcement is not going to be the best, and that gold still has to continue down some before it goes up, because we're at all-time highs. You know, we got a buy signal here today. The buy signal will activate on today's close, right? So I think we should continue down before the move up. I do like the fact that we're now closing below this trend line. The only problem is 1 minute is telling us we have a buy signal here. I'm gonna close it. Whatever.
this short here. It's just I don't know. It's counter trend though. Never mind. Ow. Okay, we're at support here. And just like that, I think we got more room here. Fuck. Do I hold it? Do I really think the move is gonna win? Oh shit. Yeah, if it doesn't fill here, I'll just wait for another entry. The ES is doing something opposite to the NASDAQ. It's very strange. A lot of buying pressure coming in right now in the ES. Forming a trend channel. Here, I need to delete all these. Right. Channel forming here. This could just be to knock out the weak shorts. I could be wrong. Could be completely wrong. I'm about to give up on today. This is my original stop here, right? My original is like this. But since we're counter trend right now, like I'm not gonna fight the trend. I'll just take my lumps. And we'll be negative on the day. Sometimes it goes like that. Counter trend, it's a mistake. this. Yeah, that's just how she goes, man. Alright, I'm done for the day. That's it. Alright, guys. Have a good one.